Donald Trump got some of his loudest campaign cheers with a simple pledge to get tough on trade. And as the new Trump administration begins to take shape, the direction of his policies will be heavily determined by the legacy of decades of global trade treaties, also occasional disputes, and well-established international law. Now, should Trump make good on his tough words on trade to basically increase protectionism, what does that mean for export-dependent countries like Korea? What should Asia's fourth largest economy be doing to better prepare for what's to come? As Korea faces growing trade barriers, Kim Min-ji has our news feature for tonight.
We have a great economic plan. We will double our growth and have the strongest economy anywhere in the world. At the same time, we will get along with all other nations willing to get along with us. We will be.
Exactly how U.S. President-elect Donald Trump plans to fulfill his campaign pledges is not yet known, but based on what he said so far, it seems the world's largest economy is likely to ride the wave of protectionism sweeping the globe. Trump has promised to back out of or renegotiate free trade deals, referring to some as disasters that have led to massive job losses and rising prices. To start, Trump has said he will scrap the Trans-Pacific Partnership deal within his first 100 days in office. The TPP, which involves the U.S., Japan, and 10 other Pacific Rim countries, accounts for about 40% of the global economy. It is the largest trade pact ever, representing more than a quarter of the world's trade volume and a combined population of almost 800 million. Korea had shown interest in joining the mega trade pact, but now some are saying that if the U.S. pulls out, and even if other member countries do not, the deal will have lost its significance.
What's more important, though, is the signal to be drawn from the U.S. prospective withdrawal from the TPP deal, because many countries have looked at the deal of TPP with a lot of interest, including Korea. And TPP includes lots of new schemes to regulate international trading, new norms, fisheries, subsidies, SOE regulation. There are many new norms advocated by the United States.
If the deal collapses, some say the biggest beneficiary will be China. Beijing is the key driver of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, a 16-nation trade deal that includes ASEAN member states and regional trading partners like Japan and Korea. It would be the second largest trading bloc after the TPP, covering a market worth almost $22 trillion.
Now that the TPP has lost steam, there's no rush to ratify the RCEP. At the same time, however, China may want to take this opportunity to create an economic bloc within Asia, in which case it could gain momentum. And if the U.S. leaves the TPP, Japan, which is part of both, could make a more active push for RCEP.
Some experts think all of the uncertainty has bought Korea some time to weigh its options before making its next move. Initially, the TPP was expected to bring Korean products more competition, as member countries agreed to fully open their manufacturing sectors to foreign goods. The U.S. planned to scrap tariffs on Japanese electronic and mechanical products immediately, whereas under the Korea-U.S. FTA, manufactured goods won't be tariff-free until 2021.
Even though Mr. Trump is pretty much against free trade agreements, I believe that he will see the importance of free trade after he becomes the president of the United States, because U.S. has been pretty much prospering thanks to free trade in the past. So there is a high possibility that Mr. Trump will organize another brand new free trade agreements, including many Asian countries.
Another potential complication, however, is that the Korea-U.S. FTA could be subject to renegotiation down the line if Trump makes good on another of his campaign pledges. Analysts say that Korea needs to reassess issues that could be revisited on both sides. Regardless of what happens with the U.S., Korea will need a new strategy, especially given its slowing exports, which have been on a downward trend for almost 2 years.
In Japan, for instance, key industries have been changing their products to more innovative high-tech areas. By focusing on intangible products and technology, Japan has been able to avoid intense competition from Korea and China. And now, with entry into the US expected to become more difficult, it's important that Korea foster newer industries to gain a competitive advantage.
Experts say Korea should engage in as many free trade deals as possible, not just to open up more opportunities for itself, but to protect its export-driven economy. 김민지, 아리랑 뉴스.